I'm telling you all, this is just the beginning. I want you to listen to me very carefully. This is just the beginning of what's about to happen. I saw George behind the scenes, and George was getting the commands from Satan himself. Again, I saw the devil communicating to George, and they were saying, we have to create mass confusion in the United States of America. And I saw paid people disrupting society. It was, okay, so I don't want to rush this. So if, I really need to go over what the Lord showed me. I saw disruption in major key cities. Denver was one of them. I saw a man in military gear with an AR-15 opening fire on crowds in the days ahead. I don't know when this happens, but I saw this man. He had a camo on. He had a military-style helmet on, and he had a ballistic shields and stuff like that on, so that he was not able to be taken out really easy. And I saw him with this AR-15 start mowing down people in crowds in Denver area. It was in Colorado. I know that for a fact. This was Colorado. Then the Lord showed me Miami area. I saw a man on tall buildings, and he was using a sniper rifle. He was Hispanic origin, I believe, maybe Cuban. You could see his skin was kind of olive, darker skin, okay? And he was on top in a hidden area, and he was snipering law enforcement from the window. And the first officer I saw get shot through his neck area, and the others that came to assist him, they got taken out also. So the Lord showed me, and then I saw helicopters flying in the sky trying to find this man. So there were several, for instances, the Lord showed me attacks upon American soil with, this was what it was about. Trying to escalate the dearming of, in the days ahead, dearming the Second Amendment in blue states. Trying to cause a wave of anti-gun legislation. The Lord said, in the days ahead, you will see more of a push for a disarming of American people. For this is another phase in the future that you will see even greater. Before the beast system before the Antichrist totally takes charge. A disarmament of American population. I saw Texas standing strong against this movement. Very strong. And it's like I saw a black outline around the state of Texas like borders. Subseding from the Union. I don't know if this is literal or thinking like, we're not going to participate, you're not going to take our stuff. And it's like they were their own entity in the end times. And the Lord said, this will be a safe haven. I saw Oklahoma divided. And there was a line from Altus, Oklahoma, all the way to Miami, Oklahoma. And there was a line, it was a black line. And the Lord showed me a divided state concerning this. Half was red, half was blue. And the Lord said, your elections in 2026 concerning your governor race is very important that you pray over this already. For I saw Governor Stitt being brought down and a new Democratic person trying to come in. And the Lord said 2026 is the year of a fix. I don't know what that means. A fix, like a fixed election? I don't know. Like they're trying to rig it? I don't know. The Lord told me, he said, pay attention to the elections in 2026. This is very important that the people start praying now about 2026. Great distractions. Great distractions are coming. I saw California completely on fire with rioting and acting crazy. I'm talking about an escalation in Seattle, Oregon, And the Lord said, remember what I told you. Remember what I told you about Timothy McVeigh. He gives me key words whenever he talks to me. And he said, Brandon, it will be in unlikely places. Pearl Harbor events. Pearl Harbor events. He said Pearl Harbor was, you were caught off guard. It will be when you're not watching. It will be when, like 9/11, nobody's paying attention. The events that they're planning will be when you're not watching. If you remember what I prophesied about North Korea and them being a social pariah, Kim Jong-un, and that China was behind this. And I saw Kim Jong-un, and I've warned you several times in the last several videos, them being promised a position in the BRICS. We'll get you out underneath the Western sanctions in the boot, right? We're going to create our own thing, right? So I saw Russia again, remember? If you remember the EMP attack that I saw, upon the white and the black rocket was USSR, and I saw Asian men on the barge. So this is very important that you remember this. They shot this thing above the United States of America. We need the dome today. We need the Golden Dome today, like ASAP, as quick as possible. The Lord showed me stationed electric lasers in all kinds of corners of the United States for protection. They were lasers. Green lasers. Now, if that's the dome, I don't know. But these were green lasers. And they would be in places that were strategic to knock stuff down out of the sky. That's what hit the asteroid. And I would venture to say this is already there. So, I saw, like I said, I saw a USSR in this rocket. They shot it out. And remember, and every single thing, you know, I see, I bring to you, not in fear, but for you to pray about it. It's very important that you pray about these things and not get in fear about it. But okay, so I saw an uprising. I saw turmoil, and I saw George paying for this stuff to keep continuing in the days ahead. I'm talking major disruptions, but it's not just him. I'm talking major trying to bring confusion and craziness in the United States of America. The ants within, remember, Trojan horse attacks. Major shaking. I saw major shaking. And he told me again today when I was driving around. He said in a 24-hour period, everything's going to change. Everything will change. He said, I want you to notice as you drive around the sense of security that the people feel right now that you take for granted as a nation on a day-to-day basis because you have law and order. And I saw an open-eyed vision, and he said, do you see this, what I'm showing you? And the people were walking in having to think strategic of how they live their life in the days ahead because of the infrastructure shaking. Of what's going on, okay? People thinking, is it safe to go to Walmart today? Is it safe to go there? And checking deep down inside because they were scared to even go get a coffee. I could feel an uneasiness in the atmosphere in the days ahead for what the enemy has planned to try to take away the security and confidence of feeling secure. Feeling uneasy all the time. Can we go to there? Making you live your life in fear and questioning, can we go to the baseball game? Can we do this? Things that you take for granted that we just do it because we trust our law enforcement. But as an uprising and a cancer within the country, trying to take away that freedom of peace, a freedom of security and safety. Making you uneasy. Trying to develop a way of lifestyle of making you feel bondage is what the enemy is going to try to do. And this was very serious. And the Lord told me, He said, there's days ahead, Brendan, that everything in a 24-hour, I'm telling you, will change. And America will change in a 24 hours. A great shaking is coming. And He warned me again. The way people live, the way we maneuver, it's bringing forth the beast system. And the Lord told me, He said, you're going to see a lot of change in the blue states and the red states, and a lot of change within government politics, even in 2026. He said, you must pray over Oklahoma. You must pray over Oklahoma. There's a plan. There's a plan in these key states to try to overrun this and overthrow red states, trying to bring them in, to the demonic thinking of liberal. And so, not saying that all the red states are perfect, but I'm telling you folks that there's more good in the red than there is bad. I saw a continual escalation in Israel. I warn you of these things. I told you about drones flying into stadiums when people are not paying attention. New York Yankees is the stadium I saw. New York. This is a major stadium the Lord showed me. The Los Angeles Dodgers, major stadiums. The Lord said, pay attention to these stadiums. Pay attention to college football games, where there's 100,000 people or 80,000 people at a time in a college football game, and they're all paying attention into the game, and they're not paying attention to the drones. Oh, is that entertainment? Run if you see a drone flying into the stadium. Run. It's very serious. We live in very uncertain times. It's a time of great shaking, but I'm telling you, the body of Christ must rise with the backbone like a crowbar and take dominion and authority. If you do not, you have a great opportunity in the days ahead to go home early. Well, I don't believe all that. Watch and see. I'm not here to convince you anymore. Twitching your arm. Please believe me. I could care less. If you don't want to believe, I'm doing my job. Don't believe it then. I told you all. Watch the black and yellow hypnotic wheel coming from the CIA, which will be propaganda on the media and everything else. Watch this. For a boogeyman is coming. I warned you. A boogeyman is coming. For you do not go to war without a boogeyman. 9/11, boogeyman. A boogeyman is coming. I've warned you. A boogeyman is coming. I want you to remember this. There'll be attacks against churches. There'll be attacks against churches in the days ahead. I saw major disruption in churches. I saw a major minister be taken out in his service. And the Lord said to me, it will be called the shot heard around the world. Because they're trying to bring fear about the revival that I'm about to bring forth. If they can get you to fear and not want to go into my buildings, he said, the devil's trying to combat what I'm about to do with the glorious church rising, Brennan. But he wants to use strategic people in the body to bring fear. And he said, this will be the shot heard around the world. Pray for that minister. And I saw who it was. A mega minister. God help him. And I pray. And I'm not bringing up to fear, but I'm telling you, I heard a shot around the world. And it trying to bring fear to go and have church services. I saw the strategic plan of the devil with the Soroses and these people trying to bring instability in America so that people wouldn't want to worship and want to come to church with a new virus, with these things. Watch. God is wanting to assemble his bride together and have major services. And Satan's like, how do we stop that? How do we stop that? Okay, so if we bring fear by killing the main ministers and shooting them in their pulpits, then people will be scared to go to church. And then if we bring another virus, they won't want to come again, like COVID. That worked. But God is saying, I'm raising up Davids. I'm raising up people with a backbone. And you'll have Brush Harbor churches. I saw them in the country. Not in major cities. I'm saw people coming out in the country to worship, to get away from major cities. I don't know why, but that's what I saw. And they were coming by the tens of thousands. We have to get busy and urgent about our Father's business, because I'm telling you what's coming. Most of you are not prepared for it. After I saw the shot around the world, I saw exposing in a mega church in California. And most people are going to be, I knew it, and then some people are going, oh my God, but I saw that it was a scandal. A major scandal is going to come out. Watch, in California, a major church, a scandal is about to break loose. An exposing of something that's been going on for a while. And it's going to grieve a lot of people.